we don't think 36% is unsustainable. But we have so many other challenges. We're going to try to put proportionality back in for essential services. And all of those that I listed and higher education are essential for the future of our state. But you have to realize what we do here every day when we're not hearing the higher education budgets.
Madam Speaker, we're only juggling one ball, and we understand that you have a much, much more difficult job.
So, thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Mr. Klatch. Could you just elaborate on, or at least tell us how far you are along in developing or creating a plan to address the revenue shortfall? Kind of just give us a little bit of a background of where you are, because we sent that question to you, we haven't gotten an answer yet. Or at least the staff has indicated. Can you just tell us how close you are to an answer?
I think this is I'm going to try, and I know you'll.
Just tell me almost there. You don't have to go lawyer talk, please.
We're almost there, Madam Chair.
and that means like a week away.
You know, Madam Chair and members of the committee, I think I'm really heartened by the comments this morning, and I think we're all in the boat together, and I think we all understand we're in the boat together. I appreciate the comments about proportionality that the speaker has made, and I think if we arrive at a proportionality of sharing the pain that the current crisis is facing all of us, we can quickly come to a plan that will not devastate our institutions. If we don't get to that level, then we have real problems.
Talk about your core mission, because that's one of the things we talked about and wanting to protect is your core mission. Give us just a little bit of where you are with your core mission. We can get an answer to that. Or at least one good thought I'm being rough this morning, but get used to it. I'm not going to be here next time, but you're going to have all these folks sitting up here.
I was going to say, I should have known when Chair Arbery was not there that the Be Relaxed rule was not in effect, Madam Chair. The core mission of our institutions, our campuses, change with respect to those campuses, as you know, and we need to focus on those missions. At our community colleges, and I will probably mess this up, but there are presidents behind me. We need to train a workforce. We need to get people from 2-year to 4-year, and we need to get them certificated to provide the essential services that the state needs. At our community college, you specifically narrowed that to core baccalaureate degrees. And we have focused, as that college has emerged from the ground, to teaching and nursing.
So what do you think we're going to need other than restore you to your budget back? What other kinds of things do we need to get you to that core mission? What can we do under these circumstances where we have no money or little money? Help us with how to get you to maintain that core mission. And I think that's what we want, and maybe you want to put that in writing to us.
And we certainly will, but I think I tried to get there in one of my first comments that was not in our written responses, and I regret. But I think that you need to direct whatever money you can give us to funding the formulas for those institutions. Okay. That will protect our core.
And I don't want to ask you things today to put you on the spot or on the record in the news. What I want is in writing the way. What are you going to do to protect that core mission of all the institutions in higher ed? And we need that quickly. Like I said, we've got some drop dead dates. So that's the only reason I'm asking that question. I don't want to put you on the table. And I know you have that. Questions from the committee? Let's move on. Let's look at, we talked about deadlines, and the deadlines are coming up, and you knew about those. and that we have to have answers absolutely by the 1st of April. That, I would hope they would come the end of March, because I don't like April Fool's stuff, so.
We will work with your staff, Madam Chair, and they've been extremely accessible, and we appreciate their help.
Thanks. And I've got sidebar conversation going on because all this is so important. Can you just help us just a little bit with moving on to expending the stimulus money? How do you see us using that? Help us to figure out a way to use that to your advantage. And maybe you want to put that in writing too.
No, I do want to put it in writing, but I want to repeat that I think there's an enormous potential here, and as you all see, a real danger, because I think we understand that there will be stimulus dollars that flow to education, and we are grateful for those dollars. In all likelihood, those stimulus dollars are going to have to be utilized to backfill some of the budget cuts in operations that the governor has proposed. And so I'm sitting here telling you that we will likely request of you that those stimulus dollars support our operating budgets. We all know they're going to run out in 2 years. And to the extent that I have been narrowly focused and harsh in my comments with respect to the waiver, not to pick the scab here, but that is part of my concern, that the more one-shot dollars that go to fill our operating budget in place of general fund commitment, the more at risk we remain in 2 years. So we have to fill our operating budgets, otherwise we have the layoffs and we have a bunch of one-shot money that we can't spend. So that's what we want. I have requested that you consider returning the money that will allow us to complete the first phase of the Integrate project out of those funds, and I think that's completely appropriate.
And our staff has that.
They do.